IT stocks are actually under some pressure. In fact, the biggest of the big boys, TCS and Infosys, are really leading that move on the way down. We're seeing cuts of almost 3% on TCS. Brokerages have had the time to digest Brexit over the weekend and come out with some maths, some numbers. We've got Reema joining in. Reema, I know you've been going through the CLSA note. They sound fairly cautious.
Yes, indeed. So for one, you have to remember that UK accounts for about 7 to 15% of the Indian IT companies' revenue. So there is a twofold impact. One, the pound depreciation will cause cross-currency headwinds when you translate the pound revenues into the dollar revenues, and that will cause a hit. And secondly, a slowing UK growth as well, perhaps the European Union, could put some pressure on the demand environment. But there is a silver lining in all this because we've seen the dollar gain strength, which means the rupee has depreciated, and at the EPS level or at the margin level, it could offset the impact. CLSA, as you pointed out, a 10% pound depreciation impacts the dollar revenue growth by 60 to 130 basis points for the Indian IT company, but the impact on the EPS is only 1 to 2%. Bank of America Merrill Lynch today has downgraded TCS to a non-consensus underperform with a target price of $24.50, so about a 2% downside from current levels. They say why TCS? Because Brexit is a bigger risk for TCS compared to peers on account of higher UK exposure, which stands at 14%, and secondly on account of a higher financial sector exposure at 40% versus peers who are not more than about 30%. And plus TCS is a bit of an outperformance, which is why Bank of America Merrill Lynch says that TCS could see sharper near-term erosion in the PE multiple. Infosys, on the other hand, is likely to fare much better. Its UK exposure is sub 7%. Compared to a TCS at 14%. So they believe that Infi could be a bit resilient. But that said, they've lowered the target price on the rest of the IT names on Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, as well as Tech Mahindra. Back to you.